Hey guys, this is Tim with allshotout.com. We're out here at the compound today doing some shooting. We're going to start off today by doing some ballistic tests on the Kel-Tec 380. This is a common carry weapon, so we're going to look at two rounds. The first being Hornady Critical Defense 380. It's a 90 grained FTX bullet, as well as a Federal Premium 90 grain. This is a Hydrashock jacketed hollow point. We're going to look at not only the speed, the feet per second of the round, but as well as the penetration of the round. We also have out here, we have our Permagel. It's ballistic test medium. Got that out here today, so that's what we're going to be using as our test medium to determine the penetration. And then on the front of the gel, we've introduced a t-shirt. So, you know, if we all ever get in the situation where we need to defend ourselves, we want to get an accurate reading of penetration, chances are the threat will be wearing a t-shirt or some clothing. So we just wanted to get accurate results. So. Hey guys, alright, first shots we're going to be doing today with this Kel-Tec 380. So we're going to do some speed testing with the Hornady Critical Defense 380 90 grained FTX ammo. So stand by. The next round we're going to be using for our speed testing on the Kel-Tec 380 is a Federal Premium Hydrashock low recoil. Like I mentioned earlier, this round is sold as being a low recoil or recoil sensitive shooter. So we're going to look at the speed testing of this round, and then we'll move into the penetration. So stand by. Okay, moving on to this side. Looks like we are 12.5 inches of penetration. Keep in mind that was penetration. We did use a t-shirt on the front just to simulate what someone would be wearing. Again, we're right at 12.25, 12.5. So I'll pull the round out now and take a look at its expansion. And guys, let's take a look at the critical defense round. You can see the expansion on that. It's quite pretty. Expanded nice, evenly, all the way around. I just wanted to point one thing out before we get into a measurement on the Hydrashock versus the critical defense that stood out. It's pretty apparent. There's in the Hydrashock, it's a hollow point bullet. It doesn't have the closed point like the critical defense with the rubber tip. What that rubber tip does is it prevents the cavity of the hollow point from being plugged up, and as you can see right here on the entrance, took a pretty good chunk out of the shirt, whereas the critical defense one, it penetrated, but it didn't take such a chunk of material of the shirt. So you know, when this gets plugged up, it basically turns into a full metal jacket, ball nose type round. And if you look at the penetration from that, I mean, we got a significantly greater penetration on the Hydrashock than we did on the Hornady critical defense. So penetration on this is at 16 3/4, which in my opinion would constitute over penetration. Based upon the material getting clogged, the bullet did not expand. So I mean, you didn't have the expansion of that you would normally get with a hollow point, simply because it got plugged up. This, in my opinion, is not characteristic of a round that I would want to rely on for self-defense.